Well, welcome to Ultraman Taiga, poorly explained. Not related to Tiga in any way.
My brain still went, are you pronouncing Tiga weird? And we literally were discussing that off mic.
Yeah, that's why I'm bringing it up now.
I'm never gonna hear it.
Anyway, would you like to employ the services of Aegis?
Oh, I heard surfaces. I'm like, what? Right, yeah.
Yeah, you know, the Enterprise of Guard and Investigation Service.
Whatever.
Okay, so,
I should have made the "you bet your sweet Bippy" joke, but that's like two different vowels removed.
yeah, it is. Anyway, so Taiga and his friends Titus and Fuma get their atoms spread across the universe by Traeger. Fun fact about Traeger, he was the main villain of the Rube movie.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Anyway, so on Earth, Hiroyuki, our main character, and he just they're trying to protect the baby from being eaten.
Like a human baby?
No, monster baby.
Oh, okay.
Hiroyuki gets an ultra bottle opener and he becomes Taiga. It's a keychain, but it looks more like a beer bottle opener, you know?
Uh-huh.
It's got a big old
hole. Yeah, I know exactly. All right. Wow. All right.
It's really cool because it looks like the actor has problems getting it off his belt with the transformation. Like it looks very deliberate. Like he's like just reaching down there.
God. It's probably because it gets caught on whatever he has it hooked on because it's a bottle opener.
Anyway, so apparently Taiga's been hanging out inside of Hiroyuki for the last 12 years.
I'm sorry. I'm still
Still got that Tiga in you?
Yeah! And I don't even remember Tiga.
I mean,
I think Tiga was the pyramid, but I don't remember.
Yeah, he was the pyramid.
He was the pyramid. Alright, he's the Earth Ultraman in another universe.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Don't get him confused with the other Earth Ultraman, Victory. Or Gaia.
Well, Victory's the loser, and I don't remember Gaia.
Gaia's from the Earth.
That doesn't explain anything. I know Victory is from underground, because, you know, a V makes an arrow pointing downward.
Oh, you think that's why they did it?
No. I think they picked Victory because it sounded cool.
I mean, probably.
And then they made him a jobber because I guess they thought that was funny.
I mean, probably.
Also because he's not the main character.
Okay, so anyway, Hiroyuki's pet fish has been turned into a weapon. And just as it breaks out of its mind control, Traeger appears and makes sushi out of it.
Okay.
You see, 12 years ago, Hiroyuki had this pet fish monster thing that he would feed chocolate. And then fucking Zeton shows up. Not the space dinosaur, the equivalent of the people version of Zeton. He shows up and he grabs the baby fish.
Uh-huh.
And he's just like, we're making a monster out of this. And
I'm just imagining the shark whale.
you know, it's close enough.
But, like, I would assume smaller?
About the same size.
That's weird.
And, like, he's getting pulled up with his tractor. I mean, Hiroyuki's like, no, don't take him away. And that's when Taiga's like, well, that kid seems pretty cool. I guess I'll just sit in him for 12 years. And not tell him.
Okay.
Traeger helps an astronaut return to Earth so he can get revenge on the CEO for killing him and his wife with a birthday rocket.
Wait. So the astronaut's dead?
Yes.
How did he bring him back? What does that entail?
He found the corpse.
Uh-huh.
And he just plopped him down on Earth with a gun. And said,
smacked him on the ass and said, have at it, buddy.
And said, go kill. Go, do a crime.
Did he look dead?
Not until he realized he was dead.
That's dumb.
Yeah, his girlfriend or his wife shows up, and she's like, "I am also dead. But by the way, because your hatred called out to a demon, my kindness called out to an Ultraman." And that's where Titus shows up and moves into Hiroyuki's head.
Okay, hang on. Hang on. Where did the wife come from?
She was up in space.
Yes, I'm aware of that. How did she get down? Or did she not?
Her spirit got down because Titus was up there and he brought her down.
Is Hiroyuki just gonna be the abandoned school for all of these all these Ultramen to squat?
Yes. They all they all got their own rooms.
It's like Piccolo from the Dragon Ball Z Abridged. There's gonna be multiple voices in his head.
So yeah, no, sometimes they're just not in his head. Sometimes they just manifest off to the side. And...
Oh god, that's what those pictures were. I didn't understand.
Yeah, they're just...
Okay.
Taiga... I think they're real, though, because Taiga fell into a coffee cup. And the coffee splashed out and everything. Like, I don't know. I don't know how they did it.
Okay.
Don't know why they did it like that, but... Anyway. So an alien who thinks Hiroyuki's coworker is the coolest steals a monster bomb to extort money for children. Fuma joins the party and also moves into Hiroyuki's head.
Who the fuck is Fuma?
He's the King of Wind. That's his title, apparently.
Just a monster?
No, he's an Ultraman, too.
Okay.
Look, there's a lot of Ultramen in this show.
I'm noticing.
And they all live inside one guy.
I mean, at least they're all unique. Instead of just recycle...
I mean, fair.
Like... I'm not saying they're not going to recycle old Ultraman into this, but at least for now, they're new.
So, like the other new generation shows, probably should have brought this up earlier, they do rely on the other heroes' powers. Like, he's got a bracelet from everybody after Ginga all the way up to Rube. And he can do a special move with those. But they don't, like, change the Ultraman itself. They don't have different forms yet. I'm only bringing that up because that's going to be kind of important for the movie.
Okay.
Let's see. A poison monster that can't be defeated unless its summoner causes trouble in the background. Luckily, one of Hiroyuki's other co-workers befriends the summoner and then gets her to sacrifice herself to provide Titus with the antibodies for the poison. See, they both slack off at work. Like, they're supposed to be finding the summoner, and the coworker and the summoner go to the same store.
Uh-huh.
They buy matching dresses and matching shoes or something like that, and they go out for tea. And they become friends, and Hiroyuki sends over data like, hey, this is who we're looking for, and the coworker looks at it and goes, oh no. But she's like, don't worry, your job doesn't, like, determine who you have to be. And the summoner's like, no, summon the monster. And then she eventually just goes, you're right, I don't have to be a bad person. I'm gonna sacrifice myself now, bye. Don't try me for war crimes.
Can't do it if she's dead.
Exactly. Also, I should bring this up. I hate Titus. I hate his design.
Okay.
He's supposed to be big and buff, but he just looks like he's filled with balloons. And, it's bad.
Cool.
So, Traeger hires a hitman to take out the Tri-Squad, which is, the current Ultramen. The three of them.
They're all in one body?
Yeah, they're in one body, but they call themselves the Tri-Squad. Because there's three of them.
Okay.
Meanwhile, an alien who's wanted to leave Earth for the past 50 years decides to stick around for some noodles. He really likes the noodles.
That's cool.
That's the only thing he's found in 50 years. He's like, man, Earth sucks, but man, these fucking noodles. worth it.
There's something about Japan that's like that makes the Earth so incredibly depressing that like the most important thing on planet Earth is fucking noodles. I'm sorry. If that's the greatest thing humanity has ever created, and it's the only thing worth saving the planet over, I think we fucked up.
Nah, it's fine.
I'm just saying, like, that's just so depressing. Like, they don't think about it. They think it's funny, but it's like, man, that's sad. That, like, tens of thousands of years of existence, and the best thing we made is noodles.
Yeah, no, it checks out. Anyway, a psychic idol is tricked into breaking a seal on Demon Mountain to get views on YouTube.
Bye. Bye.
Taiga needs the psychic idol to awaken the power of Earth to boost toy sales and defeat the mountain demon. See, he gets a new form here.
Are those two objectives co-linked?
What, boosting toy sales?
Yes. Does boosting toy sales
cause
the defeat?
No, that's for the producers.
Right. Okay, I gotcha.
No, defeating the mountain demon. That's
the in-universe.
Yeah, that's a tertiary goal.
Solving the plot. That's just a side effect.
Another thing I should probably bring up at some point. After certain monsters are defeated, they get a ring, and they all remark and go, "Huh, there's an ultra power in it." And they show the ring, and it's fucking emitting like this clearly evil aura. Which also allows him to use a special move. Like one guy, he can summon sickles or something like that. It's just special moves, that's all it is.
Okay, but like, given how many episodes there might be, I'm imagining he's gonna be so decked out in rings. Like, it's gonna be really bad.
He has a lot of equipment.
Okay.
Because he's got... His transformation device is a fucking, like, bracelet or gauntlet thing. Like, it goes up his forearm a little bit. And then he's got all the bottle openers.
Oh, wait, there's more than one?
Yes. There's one for each of the Ultramen.
Okay, so... The way I want to think about this is that, like, he's got the gauntlet, but on the gauntlet are several bottle caps. And he pulls out the bottle openers and pops open a bottle cap to activate an ability.
No, the bottle openers are for transforming. The rings and the bracelets. The 9 bracelets he has and like the 5 rings he has. He's got a lot of things. He's gonna get more.
He's gonna turn into that fucking Marvel character with all those fucking rings. Which is cool. Like, it's a cool fighting style to use the rings, but like, also, like, the bracelets, like the ones that go around your arms, like, not like rings on your finger. That's stupid. Just put on a knuckle duster.
So he just has to protect a lady's lucky charm from aliens because it contains a giant monster. Hiroyuki's coworker reveals he's an alien, and no one cares because he's one of the boring aliens. He doesn't transform. We don't get to see what kind of alien he is. Maybe we do. I didn't see it.
I hope he's one of the roaches from that fucking the Godzilla movie.
He could be.
That'd be sick.
He's proficient in fighting, though, so I don't think he is.
I mean, you don't know. There's fighting type bugs.
Okay, fine.
In Pokemon, anyway.
Yeah, there's like, what, 2 of those?
I don't know what the second one is.
Well, don't think about it too hard.
Yeah, we don't have time for that.
So an assassin turned painter wants to have one more fight with an Ultraman. Doesn't care which one, just as long as it's one of them.
Who else has he fought?
Ultraman 66. He fought.
That's what?
He fought the original Ultraman. I don't know if it was in the show or not. But he got his ass kicked, and then he became a painter. And then his monster egg is like, I want to kick an ass. And he's like, no, stay in the egg. Stay in the egg, Nebby.
Okay.
And so, when he finds out that Taiga's here, he's like, well, time to kill him or die trying. And then he died.
Cool.
A monster uses his tentacles to drain the world of magic. An alien tries to recruit a sorcerer to control the monster he bought, but she's lost her powers because, it's eating all the magic. So Hiroyuki has to believe in magic to defeat the magic-eating monster that Taiga is juiced up. You see in the instruction guide, it said you have to soak your monster in cold water for it to heal. And then Traeger's just like, dark magic. Dark power.
You just said Traeger.
Traeger.
Who?
He's an Ultraman. He's Ultraman Belial 2.0. And also Jugs 2.0 at the same time.
Okay.
He's an Ultraman who's embraced the power... He didn't embrace the power of darkness, but he wanted to understand it. And then he embraced chaos for nothing. He's really into the nothing. He hates friendship. He's an anime villain.
Okay.
And then when he's in human form, he's just Jugs.
Alright.
Also, Ultraman is magic.
That's lame.
So the Aegis Gang sets up a clip show to determine which Ultraman should be their mascot. And somehow they pick Zenon.
Who?
He's the side Ultraman from Ultraman Max.
Was he the first one who was like an anti-hero?
No.
No?
He was the one who was supposed to be like Zoffy and be like the mentor. But he doesn't show up in the show.
But Zoffy isn't a mentor.
He kind of is. He's the oldest of the Ultra Brothers.
Is he? The way I always understood Zoffy was that he just comes in to physically perform a function and then either fail or leave.
I mean, yes.
Like,
because he doesn't have a show or anything. He can't be like the cool guy.
Well, they should maybe make a prequel about Ultraman Zoffy so we can finally understand what the fuck he's about.
I think there's a movie. I think there's a movie about him from like the 80s.
Okay.
Or the 70s. I didn't watch it. The 70s was a weird time. Anyway, they didn't actually pick us down on. I just wanted to bring up the most obscure Ultraman I could. And I don't think it gets more obscure than him.
Yeah.
He's got 2 appearances. I don't even know if he shows up in the Ultra Fight Galaxy. I don't even know if I'd recognize him if he did. And this isn't quite a recap episode. This is just, hey, look at these idiots fight. Aren't they the coolest? And, yeah. It's not the recap episode yet.
Okay.
So Traeger hacks a robot to have it fight the Tri-Squad. Yeah.
Alright.
Hiroyuki helps a kid rescue his Furby. Taiga is corrupted by the monster rings, which in hindsight should have been pretty obvious since they emit an evil aura.
Yeah, but so do the rings. He wouldn't know any better.
No, the rings are the rings are the ones that have the evil aura, the monster rings.
Yeah.
And then he's got the bracelets, which are from the Ultramen.
Yeah.
And they don't have an evil aura.
Yeah, but, like, he's already been conditioned to be like, evil aura means I get a new move.
Sure.
I mean, what's a bracelet other than a really big ring?
I mean, sure, whatever.
Look, all I'm saying is that Ultramen aren't smart.
Okay, you know what? You got me there.
Like, they're not all Rube level, but they're not smart.
And to be fair, there are 4 of them in close proximity in this show.
Yeah, when we all know how that goes.
Like you said during, I think it was the Leo thing, the closer the parasites get to each other.
Well, you were the one who's like, the more Ultramen that are on screen, the more they'll just mill about and do nothing.
Yeah,
and
but you offered the...
I offered the inverse Borg idea, yes.
Also, you can apparently just buy Belial genes from the internet. Like.
What? Alright, that's...
Yeah, you know, you just want like a little piece of Belial in your house. You can buy that.
Was he even big enough to facilitate that? Pretty sure it was human-sized. I mean, granted, he might have died, but he was huge. I don't know.
I think he died when he was huge.
Alright, well then there might be enough chunks flying around.
But like, yeah, you can just buy his genetics and infuse them into your monsters. Who gives a shit?
I don't like the idea of monster economy. like, I don't know. There's just problems with that I just, I don't know, man.
So, through the power of friendship and modern science, Aegis is able to rescue Hiroyuki from the dark. Through the power of friendship and modern bullshit, Hiroyuki is able to save Taiga and give him a new form that comes equipped with a sword.
Okay.
You see that when Aegis is saving Hiroyuki, they hook him up to like this brainwave generator, where they can just go into his head and be like, "Hey, we're here for you," and he's like, "Oh, okay," and that solves his problem. And then I think Fuma just fucking tosses Hiroyuki at Taiga into his color timer. And he's just like, "Hey, we're here for you." And then Taiga's like, "Oh, okay."
Okay, that's...
And then they get this fucking toy sword that, like, the Tiger Electronics has LCD in it. There's a little LCD flame. And they light up individually. It's so bad.
Alright. I mean... I've seen that the show can do can do special effects, so that's kind of weird.
Yeah, no.
That they would just put the toy in the show.
Oh, they've been doing that.
Well, I mean, for certain things it makes sense, but like LED flames on your mystical upgraded power weapon.
Well, you see the flame, or the sword is mostly black, and then, yeah, they light, yeah, whatever. You get what I'm saying. Anyway, he just has to protect an alien scam artist from the villain guild. By the way, there's a villain guild.
Of course there is. There's a monster economy.
Yeah, they auction off monsters.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It doesn't make any fucking sense, but yeah.
Yeah, well, they're like, "Hey, you want anybody who wants to step up and try to take Earth? We'll give you the monster.
Like,
pay us with your space coins."
The real problem is that how does a user of monsters make money?
You can sell the planet.
To who? Who's buying planets? Has that ever come up? Frieza doesn't exist.
Well, look, there's a whole lot of aliens out there.
I know there is, but I'm just saying they have not established how a monster economy would actually work. There has been no attempt to explain it.
Don't worry about it. Look, they just want Earth.
I don't know.
It's got the valuable materials.
No, it's got the noodles. That's it. We've established that. The most important thing it has is noodles.
Exactly. It's got the noodles. Anyway, they gotta
just learn how to make the noodles and make them anywhere else. It's so dumb.
Anyway, it's also got the T-shirts from Rube.
Yeah, but that's Rube.
Look, I'm sure there's an equivalent to T-shirt Dad somewhere here.
Look, the only reason
I'm sure he started a war at some point.
The only reason why those T-shirts sold was to lure Rube into a trap.
No, those were the sweat T-shirts.
Yeah.
There was a different shirt that said space, which caused a war on a completely different planet.
Yeah, but that's because they were limited in number.
Yeah, and that's why they want it.
Yeah, but
they want the store.
Yeah, but what?
They want the store and the noodles.
Oh my god. So dumb. Anyway.
But yeah, no. So the scam artist guy, he's trying to get off world, but he can't do it because it's expensive. But actually, he was trying to fence a monster weapon.
Okay. You see, that makes more sense than Anything else?
So Hiroyuki's alien coworker makes friends with other aliens who want to take over the world. Traeger shoots the coworker in order to make a point about lollipops tasting like despair.
Okay.
You see, he's trying to hit him with the Leo treatment, where everybody close to him dies.
Okay.
Because he tried shooting his Hiroyuki's boss in the last episode, but the scam artist he took the shot for.
Oh.
And so now Hiroyuki's like, oh, he tries to quit Aegis, but his boss won't let him, and then she gets eaten by the Thunder God. Traeger changes his current plan of killing Hiroyuki's other co-worker because he sees a meteor in her mind. Don't worry, this will get explained.
Will it?
Yeah, just later.
Okay.
The Villain Guild attempts to stop the creation of an alien detection device. See, because there's aliens living on Earth.
I've noticed.
And, yeah, this one lady's trying to make a device to be like, yeah, the alien, not alien. Alien, not alien.
Yeah, but you said it's a monster detection device.
I said it's an alien detection device.
I heard monster.
Maybe I said it doesn't matter.
Does it?
No.
Alright.
The thing gets built.
Cool.
And the government's like, well, we don't want to have to use this. We'll just leave this with you. Aegis. Just put it in your little box over there. Don't tell anybody.
Okay.
So Aegis hires a guy who wants to kill all monsters, but despite that not being their mission. Hiroyuki shows him the device. He's like, hey, so this can point out aliens. I know you want to know that guy who wants to kill all aliens. So the guy steals it, and then Traeger uses him to borrow a missile to attack Earth's ether, summoning the meteor he saw in the coworker's mind.
What?
So Traeger tricks the guy into going after this alien because this alien has a missile that he can fire into the Earth, but he needs to get the alien away from the spaceship, away from the alien spaceship. So, because she also has a monster.
Okay, that's not the part I'm having issues with.
Are you having issues with the missile hitting the ether?
The ether, and then that's somehow summoning a meteor. Like, okay.
Look, the ether wave went out everywhere, and then the meteor saw it and was like, hey.
Okay, so the meteor's not in her head. She
saw a vision of the meteor. It'll get explained. I swear. Taiga and Octopus Ball team up to quell the rage of Earth.
Does it have anything to do with the missile?
No. No, it's a completely different rage of Earth. You see, the Octopus Ball is the rage of water. Or something like that. It's just a big dinosaur. It's a big pissed off dinosaur. That's all it is.
Okay.
So the Villain Guild creates their own Belial to defeat Taiga and Traeger. Zero shows up because he goes where Belial goes. The Villain Guild is crushed by the hubris. Well, there are still members of the Villain Guild around, though. They only got 4 of them.
Okay.
One of them was the big bad from Ginga. You don't remember him at all, do you?
No.
He was an alien in a jar. Don't worry about it. Anyway, the legendary trash monster Woola arrives on Earth. It's called Woola. Hate it. Hiroyuki's non-alien coworker is revealed to be an android designed specifically for stopping Woola. That's why she knew about the meteor. She was an android.
But Traeger read her mind.
Yes.
With what I assume was not digital means.
Yeah, he stuck his hand up. Look, he's an Ultraman. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. Powers come and go in Ultraman. Remember when they all just decided we have squirt gun hands now?
No.
Oh.
But, whatever.
She she borrows the Villain Guild's monster control thing. I don't know what it was. And then she digitizes herself and enters the Woola. After becoming one with the Woola, the android learns that it's not evil, just hungry, but because of a black hole inside of it, it can never be satisfied. The remaining Villain Guild members help Aegis by spawning a white hole in Woola, so Taiga can fill it up until it explodes.
So we discovered the monster wasn't evil, and despite that, our solution is to blow it up.
Look, it was at least happy when it blew up.
I don't know if that makes it better.
and seeing the way it looked, it deserved to be blown up.
Okay, well, that's subjective, but...
I think it wanted to be blown up, too. Because it was space trash.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's...
Can't believe you're agreeing with Traeger. Because he's like, anything you don't like, just fucking blow up, huh?
I mean, that's cute coming from Traeger, who kept trying to shoot everyone.
Yeah, no, it's real good. Anyway, there's a special episode. It's a recap episode. I don't know why they made a special episode at the end, but they did.
Cool.
It also is supposed to be like a teaser for the movie, which you could have just not put that on the disc and just had the movie there.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the movie, New Generation Climax. As part of Traeger's plan, the embodiment of chaos, Grimdo, arrives on Earth, and Hiroyuki has to return all the New Generation heroes' powers to them. See, they can't transform now, for some reason. Because they used all their power to seal up Grimdo. Grimdo 64.
Okay.
And so they all run up to him like, hey, buddy, give me my powers back. Point your stupid fucking transformation device at me so I can get my powers back. Mm. There's a part where he sees G and he's just like, that guy's got Belial in him. Time to kill him. Mm. And they're like, no, that guy's our friend. Please stop punching G in the face. Mm. So Taro shows up. Because, he's Taiga's dad. And he does his big old Ultra Dynamite. But he gets possessed by Grimdo.
Before or after?
What do you mean?
Before or after the Ultra Dynamite?
Oh, after the Ultra Dynamite.
Right. I forget. He doesn't actually explode.
Yeah, and so he exploded Grimdo, but he turned into, like, space dust. And he got all inside of Taro.
I mean, that makes sense. We've already established that, like, being atomized, at least in this show, doesn't really... It's almost like a power-up. Because you can just go wherever you want.
I mean, I suppose.
Communicate with spirits.
But yeah, no, so after doing the Ultra Dynamite, he gets possessed. Taiga has to unpossess him by hitting him with his own Ultra Dynamite.
Has he had one this entire time, or is this?
He's known about the technique, but he's never used it.
Does he know about the bucket?
No, we didn't get the extra 25 episodes of weirdness, so he doesn't know about the bucket.
Damn it!
The less said about the bucket, the better.
I don't know, man. Seems like what if that is Taro, right?
Yeah, Taro's the bucket, man.
Yeah, that seems like one of Taro's more forbidden techniques.
So yeah, after a father-son Ultra Dynamite clash.
Oh God, I can only imagine what that looks like.
Well, it looks like two Ultramen hugging each other violently.
Yeah, that's what I figured it would be.
Taro gets freed from that, and everybody's just like, yeah, we did it, we defeated the big bad, and Traeger's like, no, part of the big bad is in me, and now I will summon the big bad again. So Grimdo comes back, and he eats Traeger, so he can become perfect. And then the New Generation heroes have to give Taiga their power again. Because Taro's like, aim your power at his horns.
Yeah.
And then Taiga gains the power of like 9 different Ultramen. And multiple forms of said Ultramen. Because they all go in their final form.
Mm.
And, I think it's fine for, like, Ginga Victory, because it's just the 2 of them. X is, like, 9 different cyber monsters. He's wearing, like, 9 different cyber monsters in his ultimate form. And then Orb is, Ginga Victory and X again. And then Geed is, like, I think Geed is his own thing. He just has the Giga Finalizer now. And then Groob. Which is, again, the 3 Rosso, Blue, and Grigio. Plus Taro and probably Ginga. So Ginga's in there 3 times. There's so much Ginga in there. Anyway, yeah, they explode Grimdo and they're like, okay, we're leaving, bye.
Okay.
And, yeah. That should be the end of the new generation era. Or at least phase 1. Except for Ultra Fight Galaxy. Because that takes place before the movie, I think.
Okay.
But, yeah, look forward to that. And yeah, then, can you believe we're up to 2020 now? Can you believe we've gone through like 50 years of Ultraman history?
I mean...
Feels like it for me, I can tell you that.
I mean, I was gonna say, like, my memory is bad enough that, like, yeah, it sure feels like we've gone through 50 years of history, because I sure don't remember shit.
Oh, don't worry, I don't remember anything either.
Literally, the only thing I think I remember, like, with any amount of clarity is Leo, bits of Taiga.
You keep saying you don't remember anything about Taiga aside from the pyramid.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
oh,
literally
okay.
The only thing about Taiga I remember is the pyramid, and then the school squatting. But like, I never remember who that's connected to. And the Giga Battlenizer, even though I also don't remember which Ultraman that's actually connected to.
Oh, that's connected to Zero.
Yeah, but I don't think Zero had his own series.
Yeah, Zero had, like, a movie, 2 movies, and, like, 2 spin-offs.
Yeah.
Two shorts? I don't know.
Yeah, but I was under the impression that the Giga Battlenizer was a part of... It was introduced in one thing, but then I was under the impression it was a part of another thing, and then Zero got involved later.
You might be thinking of the regular Battlenizers from, fuck, what is that? Mega Monster Battle, I think.
So that was from a movie? That wasn't from...
Well, the Giga Battlenizer shows up in Mebius.
Yes, I know the first instance of it existing, where they explain nothing.
And then the regular Battlenizers come from the Mega Monster Battle. And then Zero got his own, like, spin-off movies, and he didn't get a show. He just got a bunch of movies and like 2 miniseries, I guess you could call them. Because I think it's like, I think they equate to like 2 episodes or an episode each, because I think they're like 10, 15 minutes long. Okay. But there's like 2 parts to each one of them. So the Zero spin-off Sideshow Hour was it was kind of a blur. But anyway, that was Taiga, Son of Taro. Get ready for the first season of Ultra Galaxy Fight, and then at the end of April, Z or Zets, or whatever the hell he's called. And then I'll have to figure out what I want to do after that.
Cool.